think about the work it may, but we gotta think of the bigger picture of what it's gonna do for us. What it's gonna do for us if we teach our kids, because I always say that we're not gonna always be here, so we gotta tell them what they're gonna be going through.
Right.
What the food is gonna be like.
And we come from a people that has always been resourceful.
Very.
I mean, through slavery, through post-slavery, we have always been resourceful.
Yes.
So it's teaching our children to think and to think outside the box.
Yes.
So, that's one of the things that we can look at also.
At the church. And then we all play a part in it. We got to get to the point where it's just about unity. It's ain't about no religions. It ain't about, none of that. None of all this stuff that just is a waste of time.
Right.
It's all about unity and making sure that our families are well.
Right.
Are well.
Right.
And, and that's what it's all about. My girl Elaine just came in, y'all.
Hello. Glad to be back.
Yes, I'm glad to have you back.
Thank you.
I know we all have a busy schedule, but it's always great to get together and just have a sit down and have a talk. Have a talk about some real stuff that we're going through, and the main part is women's health.
Right. I think that's Elaine and mine. My biggest thing is women's health.
Right.
For me, it started when I saw it started when I was working labor and delivery, and I had the patient came in, and she was 19 years old. This was her 5th pregnancy and her 5th C-section. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I keep getting them at the end. I need to get them at the beginning. So then I switched to working in the community with young pregnant women. And, you have all the 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds having babies. And then when you meet their parents needed help also. Like, okay, I can understand why the daughter's acting this way because the mom. And then you meet the grandmother. So nobody knew. And then I get to college health, and in college health, I had the same young women coming in probably every month for the same issues, unprotected sex, getting STDs. And I realized that it all had something to do with their self-worth, how they saw themselves, their self-esteem. Yeah. So if your self-esteem or your self-worth is shot, then it's out the door. Yeah. And being transparent, I too have an issue with self-worth and self-esteem. And and going back, we had to kind of figure out, why am I acting the same way? Why am I doing this all the time? Why do I keep getting in the same relationship? So for me, that was some of the reasons why I did what I did. By having, empowerment conferences or seminars. I don't really like the word empowerment. I was telling Elaine because I feel like we use that so loosely. Yeah. And we have so many different things, but when the attendees walk away, they walk away empty-handed. They don't even know how to even begin to change. So it's how do we show them and teach them how to change? How do we provide resources or link-ups in the community that when they leave, they can hook up? They can say, okay, you know what? I can call Elaine Morris, and she can tell me where I need to go. I can call Carla Scipio, and she'll tell me which resource in the community is available that can help me.
And that's a great question, is how do we, because like you said, you've been a nurse for 30 years. Mm-hmm. And you've been seeing this for like 30 years.
I'm telling my age.
It's all good though. You still here.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So you've been, and I understand that it's gonna probably be ongoing. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be ongoing, but I'm gonna continue to fight. I'm gonna continue to do what we need to do for our women's health, especially for myself.
Right.
Especially like you say, the self-worth. If you want yourself have to want to be healthy.
Right.
You want yourself to be healthy. You want yourself to once you want yourself to be healthy and yourself to be, well, then you gonna want that for other people. You gonna want for that's for your family, because you gonna start researching all this stuff that they put in our body. You gonna be more in tune of what's going on. Really in tune, because some of us are not really in tune. What's going on?
We don't have a clue. Right. And, we see whatever society presents.
Yeah. What's in fact at the point, everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon. But you need to research what's best for you.
Right.
For your own body, for your own health, and your own family as well. Because everybody has different circumstances.
Yeah.
You should think about that too. But I feel like sometimes as women, we forget to take care of ourselves
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have families, we have a career, whatever you have, we keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
And in the end, you're just empty.
Yeah.
You know,
Running
Monday
empty.
through Sunday, you're just empty on fumes by Thursday,
Yeah.
struggling. You know, and no one tells us how to adapt and how to still,
Mm-hmm.
you know, take a minute and regroup and get ourselves together. No one teaches that. You have to learn to say,
Yeah.
I can't do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Because if anyone had asked me, I mean, you know, at 40 years old, well, who are you? Well, I'm a mother. I'm a nurse. I couldn't tell them who I was because I was just like being a single parent. I had to make sure my goal was, okay, they got to graduate. Everybody got to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go to school. Got to make sure that, you know, the car note is paid.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I need that car to get to work.
Yeah.
I got to make sure the mortgage is paid because you got to have some place to live. I mean, we can, you know, fake with the gas and whatever. We can maybe microwave or whatever, or, you know, grill.
We know how to work it.
Certain things had to be done.
Yeah.
But I didn't know who I was. I forgot what I liked.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What did I like? You know, it wasn't about self-care. Self-care. What's self? You know, I didn't discover self-care until later on. So I think, you know, one of my big things, my premise is that the older women are supposed to teach the younger.
Yes.
And society has changed so much that we don't live around our relatives, our family, and our aunties and great aunts and our, you know, sister friends that. Not like I was when I was growing up, and I feel like, you know, it's our responsibility to teach the others. So when we sit here and we talk about self-care, listen, girl, you know, you guys spend some time with yourself alone with them kids. I tell my daughter, like, put the kids to bed by 8:00 because you guys spend time with your husband. You guys spend time with yourself because otherwise you're gonna be running ragged. And like Elaine said, by Thursday you're like. You just dragging.
You're angry, frustrated, and you wonder why. You wonder why you so angry. You wonder why you so
snapping on words, you know.
Yes, and I have seen it. You know, in myself. You know, in myself, I had to. And then it's all about your surrounding. If you around people that know their self-worth, they know how to. Show self-love, they know how to love themselves, then that stuff rub off on you. If you hang around people that's
negative, self-doubting all the time,
drama,
you see a lot
don't
of
have
people
nothing good to say.
Yeah, they talk about the team. We gotta choose wisely who are members of our team.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my pastor was talked about this and shared this in a sermon. And he was like, you know, when you look at that phone, you hear the phone ringing, and you look and you see that number come up, and you know it's going to be some drama.
Yes.
Never
had that one thing I know I'm talking about when we call something's going wrong in their life. Never heard from in 2 years.
Yes.
And even our children, because I remember, I'm putting it out there, that youngest one of mine took me there, and I had to kind of separate myself from him for a minute so he can understand, so he can grow up. Because it was dragging me. It was taking so much energy out of me. It's like, choose life or death. And I chose life. And sometimes you have to choose you.
Yes.
Because if people feel that they can get whatever they want from you, believe you me, they're going to keep on pulling from you, keep on taking. So sometimes you have, this part of self-care, choosing you. You know, finding time just for you. Doing the things that you like.
Right.
Just even going to get your hair done, your nails done. Because I know when I get my hair done, I'm a totally different character from when I walk in the door.
Yes. Yes. I don't know what's that about though. Like what? Like
that's right. That's the crown of your head, of course.
Yes, and I agree with that. And we can't. You know, we can't. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to because sometimes we as women, we don't be wanting to disappoint people. We don't want to, you know, we want to cause no kind of, you know, so we'll just say yes or okay, you know, and not take care of ourselves. But times have changed. You got to take care of yourself now because stuff are going up. You know, healthcare is, I don't know what's going on with the healthcare.
Question mark with that. And that's why I was saying that, we had to kind of like focus on the preventive. I was looking on Facebook, you know, I sneak peek, and people were just sharing about how important it is now to, you know, to take care of yourself, to eat right. to exercise.
And that's the thing now.
You gotta get your wellness.
Get
wellness
your wellness
your
exam.
pap smear,
Yeah.
to your monthly breast exams, things like that.
And then some of us don't have insurance, but we have to. Like me, I don't have insurance. But I go to the clinic.
Yeah, there's certain places,
Yeah.
free places.
Free mobile
Right.
units.
While
They
you're,
do
you
free
know,
mammograms, things
that's a
like
way.
that. That's right.
And I tell them that there's still free places, a lot of free places out there.
There's a way for you to make sure your health is in check, you know. And then sometimes I know some people are scared of taking medicine and stuff. You can get off that medicine. I mean, the medicine is not gonna cure.
Right.
It's
maintenance. What's going on with your body.
I'm proponent for
Yeah.
eating well, doing what you need to do so you
blood
can.
pressure,
Yeah,
diet
so
and
you won't have
exercise
to.
and stress as well.
Yeah.
That's a big part in it.
Oh yes, stress plays a.
And people don't realize that stress plays a very important role in cancer too.
It does.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
cancer also.
Yeah, it triggered that. Explain more about that. About.
Well, I guess you want to do basics about cancer. Well, basic cancer is something like a cell that just goes out of control. It's crazy. It just takes over your healthy cells as well. And after a point, it takes over everything that you can do a healthy cellular development. And that's when you start having the growth of these tumors. And then you have the growth in size of it metastasize. It goes to different parts of your body, meaning it moves to a different site from the original site. And so with that, you try to always have a balance with your eating. And sometimes you have genetic that plays a part in family history. But
environment,
things like that. So usually you want to always do random things. Like I said, like get your tests like yearly. But as far as maintaining and monitoring it, if you do ever get diagnosed, make sure you get all the information that you need. Your second opinions, research, right? And you know that you will possibly expose to a toxin, which is a chemical agent. And sometimes your body does do well with it, sometimes your body doesn't. But when you do maybe chemo, it does kill your healthy cells as well as the bad cells. Right. So with that being said, cancer is something that affects a lot of us, and there's ways to manage it. Some people are survivors of it. Some people do not fare well, and you never know your outcome. Sometimes you catch it too late to the point where it has metastasized removed from the original site, and there's really nothing people can do for it. It's a 4 to 5 inches versus you catching it earlier. They might be able to go and actually remove the actual tumor or the site that it's in, and actually still encapsulate it, meaning it's still in that growth pocket and you can take it away.
So cancer, because I always hear this a lot. Everyone have a cancer cell in them.
Everyone do, but it's minute. Basically, the cells is round and it has a standard shape with a little dot in the middle of it. But the cancer cells start changing.
Okay.
So they start looking all crazy and out of shape. Okay. But what it does to it replicates itself faster than normal cells. So that's how come it overcomes. It replicates and it keep changing, it keep blocking. So it takes away. It gets rid of all the normal looking cells.
Like you ever seen the blob, how it just kind of moves and takes over everything?
See, I'm a 6 cell trait, so my I don't have that many blood cells.
Iron cell. Yeah,
it's like mine.
It's like a sickle, so it blocks up your arteries, right?
Yeah, it blocks up my arteries.
The sickle cell trait, the sickle cell disease.
The trait.
Okay, so the trait. Yeah. Some people also manifest some signs of the disease. So what it is that some of your blood cells that carries hemoglobin that carries the oxygen in your cells to your different parts of your body is shaped like a sickle. Yeah. So it gets caught up in your arteries and in your veins, and that's how people have the pain and the fever, and that's when you. So you do share some of the traits,
the symptoms. Right. No wonder, because I had this for a while because found out growing up going to the doctor and stuff, I found out I had sickle cell, but I couldn't figure out why I had these pains, or I get real tired. Right. I get real tired. Real tired quick. I get real tired quick, so I have to make sure that I drink enough water, and that's the reason why I eat. I try to eat I do eat healthier than I used to, but that's the reason why, because I had to figure it out. I had to figure out my body, like why I'm so tired. So that's what we as women have to do, is figure out our own body, so we can you might not certain stuff work for certain people. Like me, I don't mind. I go to a vegan, vegetarian restaurant in a minute. And when I eat meat for a couple of days,